The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
We are reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory be to you, O Lord.
At that time, the Pharisees went out and took counsel against Jesus, how to destroy him. Jesus, aware of this, withdrew from them, and many followed him, and he healed them all, and ordered them not to make him known. This was to fulfill what was spoken by the prophet Isaiah. Behold, my servant whom I have chosen, my beloved with whom my soul is well pleased. I will put my spirit upon him, and he shall proclaim justice to the Gentiles. He will not wrangle or cry aloud, nor will anyone hear his voice in the street. He will not break a bruised reed or quench a smoldering wick till he brings justice to victory. And in his name will the Gentiles hope. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise be to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Glory to Jesus.
Mary and Joseph.
Do we really seek to be holy? Do we really seek to please the Lord? Do we really seek to enjoy his company? Then let us always be conscious, and let us always stand on guard against unnecessary pressure, and then we will be able to control ourselves. Why would anybody covet that which does not belong to him? It is because that person seeks a greater comfort beyond the normal comfort that is legitimate. So we see the prophet Micah lamenting today that the field of another should not be taken. Of course, in Israel, if you take somebody's land, it's like taking a living from the person. So the prophet Micah prophesied against that and lamented against that. Today, in various ways, you see that when people sit on other people's pension, it's the same thing. When people use other people's money for business while they are hungry, it is the same thing. And thus, anyone who wants to be holy must learn to guard himself or herself against unnecessary comforts. Sometimes, as Christians, we must learn to discomfort ourselves. We must learn to see the other person and put ourselves in the shoes of the other person. It is very necessary, very necessary. And thus, the Pharisees and the scribes, today they rejected Jesus. So they reject Jesus because his words are against their own vision, their own plans of life. Besides the color, besides the things God has laid down, they have formed themselves or for themselves how they are to be living their lives. So when Jesus came, he came as a servant of God, as the one who has come to bring the mission of God to fulfillment. And then they were angry and they stood in his way. Of course, Jesus withdrew at a particular point in time. He did not withdraw into inactivity. He withdrew to continue his mission in another place. And so today, we still have continuity of the Pharisees. We still have continuity of the Spirit of Jesus. We still have continuity of the persons who devour even what belongs to the poor. And so the question is, what party do we belong to? All of us, individually, we must belong to a particular party. And so, when we do not care about the safety of others, when we do not care about the health of others, their spiritual health, their material health, their psychological health, and then perhaps we will be doing the part of the Pharisees, or the part of those who swindle people's property in the times of Micah. Jesus is the one who has come to bring mercy. Jesus is the one who has come to bring liberation. Jesus is the one who has come to bring life. And he wants to do all of these through our hearts.